What's up, y'all? Cannon Hotep back at it again with another one. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's up, Carlton? Carlton, we're in the building. What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. It is oh man, the weekend's finally here. I'm happy. I need a break. What's up, Nephilim? What's up, Montoya? I need a little bit of a break, but I don't know if I'm gonna get much of a break. I got some shit to do around the house, but you know, I digress. Gonna get ready for that Jake Paul Tyson exhibition match. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's an exhibition match because I don't know what to expect. I don't know if they really gonna be going at it or if they're gonna be just fucking playing patty cake. I hope it's not no patty cake bullshit. I hope they really go in there trying to knock each other heads off. Cause I want to see Mike Tyson lose his shit. I want to see Mike Tyson lose his mind in there. Like I say, I want to see that PTSD set in, that shell shock set in, and he try to destroy Jake Paul. You know, at least make it look real, gosh dang it. Make it look real. So, we'll see. We covered that last night. If you didn't watch last night's stream, oh, it was a fantastic stream. It was a great stream. We had fun. We talked the Jake Paul fight. We talked about the Blue Sky app or Blue Ski app. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced, I guess. People are saying it's supposed to be the Blue Sky app, but it's one word. It's like when you look at it, it's just one word. So I was like, oh, it's fucking Blue Ski. Oh, that's Blue E. Never mind. That's Blue E, not Blue Ski. Anyway, and we went gun shopping. We went gun shopping on the stream. I think I found a couple of items I would like to purchase myself for Christmas. I'm liking that micro dagger. Looks like my 43X that I have tucked away, nestled in my armrest, and a couple of other things. But you know, if you want to check it out after this. But anyway, let's get to it. Don't mind the hair. I look crazy as hell. I ain't even got no haircut. I just look crazy. Anyway, who's ready for Project Blue? Yeah, Project Bluebeam. Who is ready for Project Bluebeam? I know I am. I know I am. So they had their UFO hearing up on Capitol Hill, and allegedly they confirmed that we have aliens living amongst us. Not only living amongst us, living in our oceans. Dun, dun, dun. We got aliens living in the ocean, guys. Now, look, I'm not trying to discredit it. That's not what I'm trying to do. I believe aliens exist. It would make sense that there would be some kind of, you know, humanoid something living in the ocean. You know, like I say, art imitates life. You know, Aquaman, Atlantis, all that talk. You know what I mean? It would make sense. It would also make sense because after they dropped them bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that White House got paid a little visit by what looked to be some extraterrestrials. You know what I mean? Remember that? After we dropped them nuclear bombs, the White House was paid a little visit. It was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, look, we was just trying to be down this bitch anonymous, chilling, right? Out of y'all way. Letting y'all do whatever y'all want to do up here on the surface world. We down here chilling. But y'all fucking up. Y'all are fucking up with these nuclear bombs, okay? I don't know what y'all was thinking, but y'all trying to mess up our ecosystem and yours. Okay, we all have to live here together. We need you to cut that shit out. They got in their little space orbs and took the fuck off. Allegedly. What's up, Nerd Nash in the building? But they said we got. I mean, but it's to be expected, right? We even had, like I said last night, Bill Cooper. In his book, like the first fucking chapter, he alleged that they saw UFOs flying in and out of the water, leaving. I forgot where they were leaving from, but they were. I think they were headed to Hawaii, but they were leaving some war zone. And they kept seeing that shit. He kept seeing the spaceship leave and then go back in, leave and go back in. You know what I mean? Some people say it's our own government doing it, and it's probably I'm pretty sure DARPA and all of them. They probably got some section where they are making what is it, 0 point energy vehicles or whatever you want to call them. That they probably reverse engineered some craft or that some stuff got shared with them. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to just say it's just us. I think it would be pretty arrogant to say that we're the only species, intelligent life in this solar system. I think that would be kind of arrogant to believe that. I don't think that we were the good Lord's first and only project. We'll say. I don't think we were the good Lord's first and only project. Like when you read Genesis, it says he came upon the earth and it was formless and lifeless. He said he came upon the earth and it was formless and lifeless. So what that tells me is that the earth was here already, and that our Lord and Savior, our God, terraformed this earth for life. It was already here, he terraformed this earth for life. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. Let's get back to these aliens. I find it really interesting that they're starting to have these hearings. You know what I mean? Like, why are we having these hearings now? Like, Congress is doing this. This is interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. I feel like we're gonna get some blue beam action soon. Oh, demons are here. Fallen angels are here. I believe it. The Kaijus is here too. Oh shit, we about to have some Pacific Rim action now. See Nephilim talking my gosh dang language right there. Jason Lynn says it's a distraction. I hear that. It could very well be. But I want to fucking go and drive a Jaeger. Give me a Jaeger. Give Cannon Hotep a Jaeger. I'm trying to go take out some kaiju. I'm trying to go find the Kraken. Zan says maybe to push a one world government. What did Reagan say? Probably the only way to truly, I'm just paraphrasing, the only true way for peace is if we had a global existential threat. Remember that? A global existential threat. What do I want for breakfast? Do I want some shit? What time is it? No, I don't want this. A global existential threat on some Independence Day shit. Think about it, right? The movie Independence Day. We had a global threat and the world came together to beat that threat. And then when we saw Independence Day Part 2 or whatever it was called, Independence Day Resurgence, it was a one world government in that movie. Then you had, was it Star Trek, where they had Stacey Abrams as the president of the world. That's what they want, yo. That's what they want. Let's not pretend that's not the case. That's the whole point for Project Bluebeam, right? They got the technology. They can do it. If they could put Tupac on stage at Coachella, they can make it look like a couple of spaceships flying around. Me and Jay covered this. We showed you at like the whatever the gaming award show is. Outside of the gaming award show, they had, I guess, a bunch of projectors and shit that you couldn't see in the middle of the night, projecting like it was some alien breaking through the fabric of reality, trying to get in. Alex Jones. What state is this? I'm in Baltimore. I'm in Maryland. Protein and complex carbs for breakfast, or just protein? I don't know. I'm hungry. I want some. I don't know what I want. For some reason, I'm in the mood for pasta. That is not breakfast, but I'm in the mood for it. I don't know. That is true. Scott said they don't have to make it look like spaceships. They could actually probably have spaceships just flying around like the fucking air show, doing dive bombs and shit. That's the truth. That's true. But like I said, at the I don't know what it was, whatever the gaming award show is, or whatever was going on. I'll show it one day on the stream. It made it look like, and it should look kind of dope, but it made it look like this alien or whatever, or this whoever it was trying to rip through the fabric of our reality and come down. It looked crazy. It looked. I was like, man, that's pretty fucking dope. But they can do it. They have the technology to do it. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. But I don't know. I'm just like, wow, what timing? What timing to sit here and do the whole so, I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, the timing of it is just funny to me. But it could very well be a distraction. We just had Israel attack an Iranian nuclear facility. That's you know that's news that nobody's really talking about. You know what I mean? So it could be a distraction, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was funny. I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for me to lock and load. You know, but then again, they might want to be friends. Who knows? They might want to be friends. They've been living here with us all this time, and they haven't taken us over. Could you imagine the strength of a fucking humanoid or some kind of alien in the water? Could you imagine the strength of that thing? The density of it? Could you imagine that? Like, we've all seen it in Aquaman. We've all seen it in Aquaman. Them motherfuckers gonna be strong. They can be bulletproof and they can be strong. The fucking skin and shit can be so dense from the pressure of the ocean that they're just gonna be impervious to everything unless they can't breathe oxygen. But they come up here with their little fish bowls on their head or something. Oh my gosh. Next thing you know, we're gonna hear about the Kraken fucking ripping a U-boat in half. Pan Africa said they moving the goalpost from illegal aliens to space aliens. The CEO of Skunkworks, I think it is, said we can't even fathom the technology they have. I guarantee it. Think about what Admiral Richard Byrd was saying. Think about what Admiral Richard Byrd was saying. By the way, if you're new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am less than 50 subscribers away, I think. Yeah, I'm less than 50 subscribers away from being 4,000 subscribers. And I appreciate you guys for all of your support. But remember what Admiral Richard Byrd said? He said that, sorry, I had to put this window down. He said that they got their ass whooped. Allegedly, they got their ass whooped during Operation High Jump. They got their asses whooped by Operation High Jump by some shit they never even seen before that could move like their planes couldn't move. They left with their tail tucked. 5 nations left with their tail tucked between their legs. Next thing you know, there's a peace treaty in Antarctica saying that nobody can go beyond a certain point, or she's going to be turned around by somebody's military. Not to mention, during World War II, you had German fighters, German pilots and American pilots say that these orbs of light was flying with them and it could do shit that their planes couldn't do. They was calling them the Foo Fighters. They called them the Foo Fighters, and they said it was these orbs of light that could do shit that they could not do. Flying in patterns they couldn't fly. They could fly faster than them. It was like it scared the shit out of them. That's right, Gearhead. We just were saying that, Gearhead. We were just talking about that. They went to the White House after we used them damn bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and said, knock this shit off. We've been chilling, letting y'all do y'all thing, but now y'all about to fuck up. Now y'all about to fuck up and kill everybody. You think if there's a threat of another nuclear bomb going off or something like that happening, that they won't fucking come out of that ocean and start regulating? That would be crazy. Look, y'all can't govern yourselves. We got to take you over now. We got to colonize you. Oh, that would be crazy. You love old UFO stories? like battle over LA, the real war of the worlds. Huh. Oh yeah, the UFOs that was seen over the White House. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The orbs of light that was hovering over the White House. Apparently, they had a meeting with old Eisenhower. I think it was Eisenhower. Was it Eisenhower? I think it was old Eisenhower, and they was like, "Yo, knock this shit off." I think that's what it was. And then they took off. Not to mention, a few years back, there were orbs of light floating around in Virginia somewhere, like not Virginia, but like in DC again, I think it was. I seen them shits. I remember that. I was at a wedding. Me and my wife was at a wedding in some in the middle of no fucking where, Virginia. And me, her, and these other two couples, they thought I was batshit crazy. I was talking about, they done broke the fucking Panera Bread door. Anyway, they was talking about like, talking about other life forms, and if we were just talking, some tinfoil hat shit. You know what I mean? Some secure teams, some secure team 10 shit. Yeah, I can't even talk. Secure team 10 shit. And as we were talking about that, we were sitting outside, and like when you're in the middle of nowhere, there's no light, no light pollution. We just looking up, sitting in these little Adirondack chairs, and I'm like, y'all see that? And at first, the one guy was like, what are you talking about? And then his wife was like, nah, I see it. She's like, those lights are. She's like, because at first he was like, oh no, that looks like there's just the spotlights, and she's like, no, that's not spotlights, babe. I was like, yeah, no. She's like, that's something else, and it look it's dancing around in the air. We saw these orbs of light dancing around in the sky, or moving around. It kind of reminded me of what they showed that was over the White House. And then next thing you know, right? So we brush it off. We keep drinking and talking, and then the next day I'm on the old YouTubes because I like to subscribe to Secure Team 10. Shout out to Tyler. He's looked like he's making a comeback, but he was reporting on the same shit that we saw. He was reporting on the same shit that we saw in the middle of nowhere, Virginia. We just, you know what I mean? Because like I said, no light pollution. You can see shit from pretty far away. And he was reporting on that shit. I said I knew I had seen some stuff. Now we don't know what it was. You know what I mean? But I fully believe that there are other extraterrestrials here, right? Extraterritorial. I think that the Earth is bigger than what they tell us, right? They just get us all off kilter with like the hollow Earth and the flat Earth and all that other stuff. I do believe that the Earth is a lot bigger than they tell us. I think there's our 7 continents, and maybe we're surrounded by some kind of fucking ice wall. And then outside of that, there are other continents. Again, Admiral Richard Byrd, he was an admiral in the fucking the air or the Navy or the Air Force, one of them, the Navy. He said that he went beyond the poles, and he said it went from frigid temperatures to a tropical 78 degrees. He saw animals like mammoths and shit like that moving around, beyond the poles. He said there's more land to be explored beyond the 7 continents we know about. Just saying. I thought that was pretty interesting. I like shit like that. You know what I mean? Could you imagine that there are other continents? He said one continent was bigger than the United States. And when they landed or whatever, it was like rich in um, like iron ore and all that other stuff. So I was like, dang, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. See, shit like that interests me. Shit like that interests me to no end. I will sit down and I will watch documentaries and all this other stuff to no end because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Now you want to take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to escape in those type of documentaries and stories and stuff like that. So we'll find out sooner or later. There are giant sea monsters under the ocean. NASA was what oceanographic organization? Is that right? It would make sense. The God separated the waters from above from the waters below and surrounded us with a firmament. Yeah, you know. it would explain why you see air bubbles in space and stuff. You know, maybe the way to outer space is through our waters. I'm just saying. Maybe to get to outer space, you got to go through the ocean. I never believed the whole we took a rocket ship to the moon. It just don't make sense. I got a video on my channel where we kind of like it's a clip that me and Jay we were just sitting there spitballing. I never believed that we took a rocket ship to the moon, but I'm not gonna say we never been. I just think there's another way there that we don't know about. What's up, Jack Reeves? Are you finished 12th Planet this morning? Ancient Aliens. Yeah, I used to watch Ancient Aliens when I was a teen. I used to look like I don't know. I got that whole documentary shit from my father. Like we could sit down and we'll watch like on a Saturday we would just sit downstairs and watch documentaries. That shit would be so much fun. Like it'd be like World War II documentaries or Vietnam documentaries or fucking space alien shit. I was watching the X Files because I want to believe. I want to believe. You know, Alien Nation. Who remember that show Alien Nation? That was an ill show. Alien Nation. Who remember that? That was like early '90s, as far as I know. That was early '90s. It might have been 1990. Now that I'm thinking about it. Rob said we can build a ship to survive in outer space, but not one that can survive deep underwater. I think we can. I do find that suspicious too. Appreciate it, Wilbur English. Appreciate it. Like I said, if you're new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. You want to donate to the channel, $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, always welcome, guys. Well, Super Chats because we're just on YouTube right now, but it's always welcome. Every little bit goes back into the show. This is just me shooting the breeze when I'm either going to eat, get something to eat, or I'm driving to work or whatever. So I'll touch base with you guys and just shoot the shit, because it's, ain't nothing else to do. Why not hang out with you good people? Sometimes we get some trolls in here. They don't like my politics, but it's okay. You know what I mean? As long as you keep it respectful, we can respectfully agree to disagree. But the alien shit is interesting. I think something, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to roll some shit out, though. They're going to roll something out because they want to desensitize you, right? They want to desensitize you to the actual goings on. Think about it, right? We see so much death and murder and all this other stuff all over the news that when we see the shit in real life and not on the news, we experience for ourselves or whatever, we're so desensitized to it that it doesn't really affect us like that. So imagine you see all these alien movies, all these alien invasion movies like Independence Day, or what was the one that they did on Netflix? A Battle Los Angeles, which is a really good movie. I love Battle Los Angeles. Every time I see that on TV, I just gotta stop and watch Battle Los Angeles. It was the one, the Tomorrow War. That's what it was called, the Tomorrow War. Um, that was actually a pretty good movie, although they was using some bullshit to fucking fight them aliens. I'm like, this is why y'all fucking dying. The only person that had it right was the black dude. He took the shotty to him. He was like, fuck that. The shotty, the one hit a quitter. We was gonna keep fucking them up with these slugs. Y'all keep using that 5.56. That shit ain't doing nothing. You gotta shoot them 100 times with that bitch before they go down. I'm gonna just hit them one time with this shotgun. Boom. Albo said Project Bluebeam is going to usher in the Antichrist. I mean, if Albert Pike, apparently Albert Pike, he predicted the first two world wars, and he said the third world war is going to be some ill shit. So it could very well be Albo. Alien Nation was the first transhuman propaganda. See, Mike B, no, I told you that. Alien Nation was fucking, that was some ill shit, yo. Like my father let me watch that show with him. My father let me watch that show with him, yo. Arrival was a great movie too. Arrival, like when I watched that movie Arrival, it kind of gave me a bit of a confirmation bias about time. I never thought that time was linear, right? I always questioned whether time was linear or time was simultaneous. And when I was watching that movie, I was like, oh, see, that's the fuck I think right there. Time is simultaneous. Past, present, and the future is happening all at the same time. I still believe that. I think the past, I think the present, I think the future is all happening at the same time. I don't think time is linear. That's just me, right? Like remember when Jesus was going to what was it? Was Jesus going to Mount Sinai? See, I gotta brush up. When Jesus was going to the mountains, I think Jesus was stepping outside of space time because I think he was talking to Moses and I think he was talking to Isaiah or Elijah. I'm sorry, Elijah. I think he was talking to Moses and I think he was talking to Elijah at the same time. I think Jesus was in the present. He was looking back at the past, talking to Moses, and then looking into the future, talking to Elijah, all at the same time. All at the same time. That's what I think. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you got to step outside the box, get that outside the box thinking. That would explain like deja vu. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I could have swore I did this already. Oh, I could have swore I had this conversation. Yo, we just talked about this, didn't we? You know, that's why I think that would explain deja vu. Time itself was created by the God. Time will end. God sees all possibilities. Right? God is omnipotent. He knew you before you were born. Difference between pressure and external forces impacting internal pressure of a body. Air is a common denominator. Got your nerd glasses on. I hear that. I hear that. Look, if it's a way for me to go into some fucking pressure chamber and get my body all fucking, to get my fucking DEXA scan up, DEXA score, whatever they call it, get my body density up, turn me into Luke Cage out this bitch, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Think about it, right? Art imitates life. Look at Captain America. When you break Captain America down, they just fucking put that nigga on some roids. They gave him some. They gave him some roids. They gave his ass some Winstrol V and got him jacked the fuck up. Super soldier serum. They jacked his ass up on that Winstrol V and sent his ass to war. That's what happened. That's what happened, and we know that's what happened as far as like steroids. They were trying to compete with the Russians. Russians was giving their athletes all the good shit, so we start giving our athletes all the good shit. The military, nah. Yeah, they gave him that DARPA stack. Roids in a hyperbaric chamber, boy. We got super soldiers everywhere. The Simpsons doesn't predict the future; it inspires the future. I think three-dimensional matter is moving linear, and time is collapsed waveform. But you can ride the waves in either direction. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like that theory. See, I like shit like that. I like deep thinking like that. It's fun. It's fun. Some people don't like it. Some people it scares them. They don't want their belief system broken, so it scares the shit out of them. They be like, "Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm good." So they got one of these Floyd's barber shops right here. I keep seeing them, and I went in there one day to see how much it would cost for them to just, trim me up real good. Like my hair had been cut, but I had to go somewhere, and I just needed them to just shape me up real good. Give me a nice. They wanted $50. I said, "Y'all, I'm not paying you $50 just to fucking line my face up. I can go to the barber shop and get an entire haircut, including that for like $40. Y'all tripping. What's up, Haram? A lot of people don't like their belief systems broken. They're afraid to talk like this. They don't want to. It scares the hell out of them that a that humans may not be the only intelligent life form in this galaxy, and b they don't like thinking that humans aren't the only intelligent life form in this galaxy. They're afraid of some like external threat coming in here and making us a slave class. That's what they're afraid of. 15 to 20 with tip for a touch up. Barbers are wild, bruh. Bruh, doing too much. All about being self-induced slave class already. I'm serious. I think like this. I don't know. I think like remember that at that one point in time where all of the you had all of like the presidents and Congress people and big wigs. They all were traveling to Antarctica for some reason. This was like in 2013, 2014. All these figureheads were traveling to Antarctica, but nobody knew why they were going there. It was meeting up with some shit. They was meeting up with some other leader, some extraterrestrial leader, probably making a deal. God is by definition an extraterrestrial. See, when I say that to people think I lost my shit. I've said that. I've said that. And I got that theory from watching that movie. What's it called? The Knowing with Nicolas Cage. Is that the movie The Knowing with Nicolas Cage where his son let me turn my car off, wasting gas. Where his son was he could read the numbers and stuff. They found that time capsule and the world was about to end and shit. And I remember when I went to Blockbuster, yeah, I'm old enough to remember Blockbuster. I went to Blockbuster to rent it, and the guy was like, "Hey, you tell me what you think these beings are in the movie. You tell me what you think." I think it's aliens. She think it's angels or something like that. And I'll go, all right, cool. So I'll go home and I'll watch it, and I'm like, those are definitely angels. But what if? What if God is an extraterrestrial? And then I started thinking about certain books of the Bible, chariots of fire and stuff like that. Enoch being ascended to heaven. I'm like Enoch. Technically, Enoch was probably abducted. Chariots of fire are definitely spaceships. I was like, but the people of that time wouldn't know what it is, so they would have to describe it the best way they could describe it. You know, but people don't like that thinking. I'm like, but he's still God. Like whether he's an extraterrestrial or he's a sentient being, he's still God. What's the problem? You know what I mean? Nephilim think God isn't an alien. He could be an interdimensional being. I just don't know because sometimes when I read the Bible, I'm looking at him like he came upon the earth. He came upon the earth and he saw it was formless and lifeless. I'm like, so the earth existed already and he terraformed it for life. I don't know. It's interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like to me personally, it's like, okay, whether God is sentient or extraterrestrial, guess what? He's still God. He's still our creator. Period. Full stop. So to me, it don't make a difference. The Book of Enoch, yeah. But see, some people wouldn't know. Some people wouldn't like you. Like some people wouldn't know God if they seen him. They wouldn't know the Lord if they seen him. Like if there was a spaceship If there was a mothership that just hovered right now over the earth and a being got off of that thing and said, "I've come to get my people," how many people would deny Jesus and how many people would go with him? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Would that cause the great falling away? Would that cause the great falling away? Because most people's depiction of Jesus and God would be kind of it would be shattered. It was like, oh, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's a, just me thinking out loud, Make no mistake, I believe in God. I believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Now, the question is, how did they exist? Not how, but were they extraterrestrial? Were they sentient? Like, you know what I mean? There are explanations for certain things. You know what I mean? It's just, but to me, it doesn't matter. It's like, yo, he's still our creator and all that other good stuff. So there's a God either way, whether you look at him as a dimension, interdimensional, extraterrestrial, or sentient. God is God. You know, he definitely don't have ooey gooey human feelings. Well, Jesus had a heart. Jesus had a heart. Like God was like, nah, fire and brimstone. That like the Ten Commandments was the Ten Commandments. You broke them commandments, you didn't like atone for it, or you didn't do it like a sacrifice. You were damned to hell. You know what I mean? And Jesus came and was like, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I will take on their burdens and die for their sins." You know, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, and whoever believeth in Him, shall not perish but have everlasting life. That's another thing, right? Some people think that you dying and it's nothing. I don't believe that. I never believe that. I don't know how people can believe you die and it's nothing. I'm not saying that, it's just some people do, and I don't think that. Like, even when you're dreaming, right? Like, your mind is so fantastical that you create a whole entire universe. Honestly, I think when you go to sleep, you're going, your conscious is going back to some other life, whether it's a past life or a future life or some present life in some alternate reality that you're living. So maybe when you die, that's what happens. I think that sometimes, like, and as some theory, like when you die, you go up, you ascend to, seventh heaven, the seventh dimension, or wherever dimension heaven's supposed to be in, and they give you an option. Hey, you want to go take another crack at it? You want to take another crack at it? You think you can do better than you did, with this life? Feel free. Or otherwise, you can come hang out up here. You can, you know, our Father has prepared a table for you, you know, or you can go take another crack at life. There's no escape for your deeds. The universe always restores balance. We will, what is it? We've repaid for our works, good or bad, and be judged by your witness. You said it earlier on Morning Crew. He was an initiate of the mystery schools and the occult. He was highly enlightened. They turned him into an amalgamation of man. Amalgamation of man. I mean, yeah. I mean, because it's interesting because, like, I want to know what Jesus was doing from 12 to 30. Like, what was he doing in them years? Now it's funny because there's mentionings of Jesus in other cultures and religions. That's one way you know he's real. Like the Indians, they got record of Jesus. I think the like Tibetan monks or whatever, or Chinese monks or whatever, they have um, a record of Jesus, right? Even there's even a record of Jesus dying on the cross, right? So he existed. He definitely existed. Now, rising from the dead, people would say, "Oh, it's hearsay," but you got to look at who said that they saw him. 500 people saw him rise, but saw him after he died, right? Saul of Tarsus saw him and was like, "You just fucking died," and then that changed Saul of Tarsus' whole line of thinking. He became a follower of Christ after he saw him risen after he was killed. And I think Saul of Tarsus, he was killing Jews, right? Or Christians. He was killing Christians. So yeah, it's interesting. You guys make some good points. I like it. See, this is stuff I like to think about, right? There's nothing wrong with having these thoughts, having just deep thought. You never want to just always go with what you see, with the status quo, right? You never always want to go with what people tell you. You want to always think for yourself. You know what I mean? You always want to think for yourself. Like I love thinking for myself. You know what I mean? I like I'll watch the news, but then I'll like a lot of the times, guys, like when I'm getting ready for like my actual show. That's, again, if you're new, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. Give me a 4,000 subs. I would love to hit 4,000 subs by the end of the day. It shouldn't be a reason why I shouldn't be able to get 50 subscribers by the end of today. But like I'll look at mainstream media, I'll look at right wing news, and then I do my research, and then I come to my own consensus. And a lot of the times, if like I'm gonna say, I don't miss often, if at all, right? I go on what on my own consensus, and then I report it to you guys. Yeah, it's always great to read and look at all sides. No matter how much you agree or disagree with one particular side, you should always look at all sides. Ben said he don't know who dumped migrant aliens into the ocean. That's funny. But yeah, back to the alien shit. That shit is wild. I guess I feel like we're going to start to see more and more shit. I've seen things. Okay, and that's another reason why I believe aliens and extraterrestrial. I've seen shit. I've seen shit. I've been one day. I think I was sitting at a park because like I used to like sitting in a park, right? I'm just looking up at the sky and I'm just seeing shit, just birds and shit flying around and I seen this one. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a bird or what, but the shit just fucking disappeared. Like it was flying and then it just wasn't there no more. What the fuck? And I'm like, all right, nah. I say, ain't no way. Like it freaked me out. I was like, yo, did that fucking bird just disappear in the sky? Like I was watching it. I was watching it and that shit just like gone. It didn't leave my field of vision. Like the shit just fucking just poof, like it flew into like a fucking portal. You know. One day I'm outside of my house and I'm just looking up, me and the dog, I'm just sitting outside chilling, you know, looking up at the sky. I showed y'all on the stream, like had my fire pit going, sit outside, dog sitting out there, just looking up and I thought it was a star. And that shit was just sitting there. I'm like, That's dope. I can see some stars now, And then that motherfucker started moving. It's like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, and I just sat there and watched that shit. And then, like, I thought, like, it got a little sketched out. I thought that shit was moving toward me. I was like, I'm going to take my ass in the house. Oh, man. You saw something once over the courthouse, almost called the cops, asked if they had any reports, but was afraid they'd arrest me for thinking I was drunk. Oh, my gosh. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's stuff out there, yo. Like, I think it would be ridiculous of us not to consider the fact that there are other intelligent life forms out there other than us that may be more advanced. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we get some kaiju coming out this bitch. Give me a Jaeger. Give me a Jaeger. Call me Jaeger Hotep. Cannon Hotep operates Jaeger Hotep. Fuck Gypsy Danger. Give me Jaeger Hotep. Man. That is funny. I'm trying to be out there like full, what's that, Mobile Suit Gundam? I'm trying to be out there like Mobile Suit Gundam fighting sea creatures. The Kraken and his babies. Leviathan. Send Leviathan at me, gosh dang it. We're going to take Leviathan down. Oh my goodness gracious, y'all. It's stuff like that gotta exist, right? Like, even if you didn't believe in like extraterrestrials or whatever, you gotta believe we haven't explored none of our ocean. Like, how much of our ocean is unexplored? Like, what, 99% of it? Or something like that? Like 99% of our oceans are unexplored. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta believe like there's a fucking Leviathan or a Kraken down there. Or some fucking ridiculous uh octopus or squid the size of the World Trade Center down that bitch just chilling. Am I covering the fight? I want to cover the fight, Montoya. If I do, I'll put it out there. If not, I might just be on Protocol show because I know Protocol's covering the fight. If Jay's off, then me and Jay will cover the fight, and maybe we'll do like a simulcast with like Pro. So I want to cover the fight though. Michael Wilbur says 200 years from now, we'll still be asking if God is real. I know God's real. I know God's real. There's no question about it. You can't look around at everything that we have and think all this shit just came from like the age of enlightenment. You can't look at that shit. Like, so we went from whatever people want to say, Big Bang and tab holes to internal combustion engines. Nah. Mm-mm. Nope, you can't. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. People like to think the Earth is like 600 million years old or whatever they think. I don't think so. Not this iteration of Earth. I think God is real. I know God is real. Just looking around, stuff that I've encountered, things that happen. Yeah, nah, he real, straight up. Imagine hyping up the live for a high, bro. That would be wild. That would be wild, David. Could you imagine that? We doing our commentary, we doing our pre-fight analysis, and they go ding, ding, ding. It's all over. It's all over. Hey, yo, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. But then again, think about it, right? How many Tyson fights have we seen where that shit just ended in the first few seconds of the first round? That would be crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. You want Tyson to lay him out? I wanted to be a legit fight, yo. I hope they not doing some bullshit like, are we just gonna, you know, Tyson, you can't throw a punch full force. You gotta pull your punches. And da 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 da. No, I hope that's not the case. I hope that ain't it. I hope Jake Paul ain't that much of a bitch that he can't take a punch from a 58-year-old man, even if it is Mike Tyson. Like, Mike, we need you to pull your punches. We don't need him to break any ribs or break his face. You know, that was fucking wasteful. This dude just threw a whole cup out his door. He got a tenant out front window. He's gotta be a nigga. Goodness gracious, y'all. People are just so ridiculous. You're a miracle, a spot on a napkin. I tend to think I'm a miracle. You know what? I had a talk with my wife one night. I said, you know that I don't know if this is like my second crack at life or what. Because like, so when I was a kid, I think I told this story before. I was riding my bike in my grandparents' house and I was mauled by a dog. I was mauled by a dog, but I don't remember anything after that. Like, I was mauled and I just remember waking up in the hospital. But here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. Now, my son, right? My son went off the top rope on our dog, and our dog just reacted and scratched him right here. My son still has a scar here, like, not a keloid, but like you can, it's a scar, right, right here. My dad got into a real bad car accident, right? He still has the scars on his shoulder, like almost like keloid a little bit. The scars on his shoulder. You know what I'm talking about? Like the scar tissue. You can see the raised scar tissue. My son still has the raised scar tissue here. I have none. I was mauled by a dog and I have no scar tissue on my back or anywhere. I was like, yo, did I die and I respawned here? You know, I don't know. I think shit like that is interesting. I think shit like that is interesting. You know, I got Luke Cage skin. I wish. I wish. Like, for example, right? Like right here. Oh shit, y'all can't see it. Damn it. No. Fucking camera. Boom. So right, you see that scar right there? That's from football. Okay. Scar right here. That's from football. You see like the raised scar tissue and stuff like that. I have none of that on my back. I have no scars showing that I was mauled by a dog. You can't see it. You see that scar right there, and then you see the scar on my right there on my, like, on the back of my, like, by my thumb. Like, I got those and these are like 20 years old, but I don't have any scars from this mauling. You know what I mean? I don't have any like maulings, right? Like scars from being mauled. I thought was interesting. So I was like, damn, did I survive that encounter, or, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just really, it's interesting. Like I said, my dad, like his shoulder right here, you can see that he was in a nasty accident, shit like that. My son, you see the scar from when he got scratched by the dog. Me, don't have none. Auction my organs. Yeah, I took that shit off. Like, I thought I was gonna be like, I'm gonna be an organ donor, and then it was like, yeah, they don't resuscitate organ donors. I said, I'll take that shit off my goddamn going off my license. Y'all gonna try to bring me back, goddamn it. Whose culture is this one stealing? Here we go with the nonsense. The bots are here. And it's a bot because it just says generic YouTube user. Ridiculousness. You know what? You can talk to yourself in the chat. If my moderators get tired of you, they will fucking kick you out. But yeah, so it's interesting. Now, the last thing I'm gonna touch on before I get out of here. So, was it yesterday or the day before? It was alleged that the Onion bought Infowars. The Onion bought Infowars, right? And everybody was like, "Oh shit, they really got them. They really bought it." And people went to Infowars.com. That shit was gone. I got a little app or a little shortcut on my phone that goes to Infowars.com. I hit that shit. That shit was gone. I'm like, damn, they really got Alex Jones out of here. Well, come to find out, apparently there was something crazy, and some judge has blocked. What the fuck is that? Some judges blocked the sale of Infowars. Some judges blocked the acquisition of Infowars, citing some shady, underhanded shit that wasn't supposed to happen. So I just found that out today. I was like, oh damn! Everybody thought the Onion owned Infowars. Now some judges blocked it, saying that the sale was not illegal per se, but um, didn't follow certain guidelines that was supposed to follow or something like that. So what looks like what's going to happen is that the Onion's going to be denied the acquisition of Infowars, and Infowars at the least will probably be put up for public auction. Yeah, I forgot how I forgot Audra Dawn. Yeah, I don't. They were saying that they didn't go about it the way they were supposed to go about it. Like it was like some secret backhanded deal that happened where the Onion, acquired Infowars, and they're saying that's not how that shit's supposed to work. So now it seems like it'll be a public auction, and that the the Onion won't be able to acquire Infowars the way they just acquired it. They tried to buy it on debt. Now someone said make penny auctions great again. I hear that. Am I surprised the judge actually stuck with the law? I mean, people have been out to get Infowars. Like they've been like Infowars has been demonized, and people have been out to get him out of there. So honestly, a little bit, kind of like, yeah. I thought they'd have been like good riddance. I don't give a shit how they get rid of it. But the judge actually is sticking with the law, which is that's what's up. That's what's up. They said we'll pay for it in the future, but they're supposed to be getting money for the family now. That's wild. That's wild. I still blame Megan Kelly for that shit. I still blame Megan Kelly for that shit. Anybody who's been following Infowars for any amount of time know that what Alex Jones said, and they blew that shit all the way out of proportion, and they used that shit, you know, to generate some trumped up charges to get him out of there. You know, funny part is Alex Jones ain't the only person that was saying there was something sketchy with what happened. He ain't the only person that ever said that shit. You know, yo, what up, what up, what up? You thought they have a show judge like his trial, and it was be anything. It wasn't to be anything allowed to introduce to the public. Shame. Yeah, you're surprised as well. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I guess he's launching Alex Jones Media or whatever it is, and that's cool. We not gonna. It's not gonna be the last we hear of Alex Jones because they acquired Infowars. He has his following. Alex Jones has his following. Infowars was Alex Jones. You know what I mean? It wasn't Paul Joseph Watson, Owen Schroyer. You know what I mean? Infowars is Alex Jones, and his people are still gonna go with him no matter where he is. Like I know that he's doing some work with Steven Crowder, right? Steven Crowder has his little media group, and that he has. I think Alex Jones is a part of that. Tim Dillon, not Tim Dillon. I forgot the other comedian's name. Mr. Guns and Gear is a part of it as well, and a couple of people. Um, So I don't know. We'll see how this goes for him. But it's Alex Jones. I don't think this will be the last we hear of him. That is true, David. He could just start streaming and just have people donate to him. Like he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But I understand how he feels. Like he built Infowars over, over years, the decades, and the fruit, his life's work is being, you know, taken away from him because some people got butthurt over his opinion. I heard a lady on tinfoil hat say that nobody died in 9/11. I heard a lady on tinfoil hat pod said nobody died in 9/11. It even made fucking Sam Tripoli go, bitch, you are crazy. Like when you got Sam Tripoli, like, all right, nah, she tripping. You off the mark. But people got butt hurt. Megyn Kelly did that fucking hatchet job of an interview on him to make him look bad. All that shit was on purpose. That's why I see Megyn Kelly up there with Trump and all that other stuff. I'm like, this bitch she is a honeypot. She is disingenuous. She is the reason why Alex Jones went through all the shit he went through. Joseph Cosmo, I had an experience with these things if anyone is interested. That'd be interesting. You think it served its purpose and they just getting it out of there publicly? Only thing you say about the Sandy Shores thing is those parents ain't financially hurting. They don't need the money or the money. It's spite. Yeah, it's definitely spite. It's definitely spite. I had fucking questions about it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying none of those kids died or nothing like that, but I had fucking questions. My father thought I was batshit crazy when I told him about that shit. He was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I sent him some shit, and he started looking into it, and then he was like, "All right, look, I'm not gonna say nobody died, but there's some sketchy shit going on with that situation." Like, and I said, now they want you to be penalized for asking questions or having an opinion on an event. You know, any bodies to view. I need my X Files music right there, Pan African. That's crazy. You had the paralysis. I think a lot of people had that paralysis. What you're supposed to do, which I did, and my dad has done, is I have that sleep paralysis or whatever they call sleep paralysis. I yelled Jesus' name and that shit stopped. That shit stopped. I was able to move after that. You know. Like here you go. That's how you know people vibes. AVV wins is just yelling out Kamala voter. Nobody's talking about Kamala Harris right now. That's just old news. She got her ass whooped, and that's the wrap. It wasn't sleep paralysis. Well, you know what I mean. They label it sleep paralysis, but I know what you're talking about. You know, it's not sleep paralysis. That's just the scientific term they give it. But I know exactly what you're talking about. You're 100% awake. You've woken up, and you just can't get the fuck up. But it's yeah. You got people that said they had a demon sitting on their chest and they couldn't move. They yelled Jesus. The demon's fucked. The demon went away, and they was able to get up. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, shit crazy. My dad seen this. He seen the what's the shadowy figure with the top hat, like the derby hat? It's not the Slender Man. It's something else. He said that shit was in his house, and he saw it go from my brother's room. My father ran up the steps with the Bible and said, "You're not welcome here," and some other stuff, and this shit just fucking disappeared. The Hat Man. Thank you. Yeah, Hat Man. I don't know. I thought it was some other name from, but yeah, Hat Man. Yeah, it's just wild. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, interdimensional beings exist. That's why I want to know what happened in Miami. Remember the story in Miami? Was it last summer where all those police officers descended on like that shopping mall in Miami, and they were saying somebody was saying the kids was acting up, but it was people like, nah, yo, there was these fucking shadow figures fucking floating in the air, phasing in and out. They ain't had no feet or no hands, and people kept saying they were seeing that. Like a bunch of people said they saw some shit like that, and motherfuckers was running for their life. You know what I mean? That was interesting. Me and Jay covered that on the channel too. It's in the live streams. Like I said, I've been doing this for a minute. I got over 800 videos on my channel. You know, but that Miami shit was interesting. Then you had that shit in Vegas where the people went and looked in their backyard, and there was something in their backyard looking crazy as hell, and it went and hid, and then they called the police, and the police I guess the police kinda sort of like co-signed that shit. Again, that's on my channel. Like that shit was weird. There's a lot of things, y'all. You woken up on a table? Damn, Joseph, you got some. You know what you need to do, Joseph? You know what you need to do? You need to holler at Shane Cashman. You need to holler at Shane Cashman. Go on Twitter, holler at Shane Cashman. He got Inverted World. That's what Shane Cashman do. Stories like that. That's why. And he's the homie. Me and Shane got to hang out at the Grifties and some more stuff. Shane be on 10-4 Hat. He a cool guy, but he got this. He be on Tim Pool too. He has a show called Inverted World where he talks about a lot of this occult and esoteric stuff. You should check out his channel and check it out. Yeah, Shane Cashman. Yep. Yep. His show on YouTube is called Inverted World. That's where he talk about a lot of this stuff. It's really interesting. Oh, you see, yeah, Audra. See, yeah, those Miami aliens were crazy. They said they looked like they came out of the ocean. Is that what it was? What I heard, they said that they were phasing in and out of like sight. So I'm gonna say phasing in and out of reality. They had no hands and they had no feet. They were just floating and just walking like they didn't know where they were. Like they like, how the fuck did we get here? What the hell is going on? And people saw them was hauling ass. You think it's the government? Ever heard of a voice to skull? Yeah, the voice to skull tech. They were calling it. They called it the voice of God, right? I think they was calling it the voice of God. And I think some people like in the like that was having it happen. So I think they coined the term gang stalking, if I'm not mistaken. They called it gang stalking. Matter of fact, I talked about a story. Y'all remember the Fort Lauderdale shooting a few years back? I want to say it was like 2017. The Fort Lauderdale shooting. Um, the guy was in the military. He was like stationed in Anchorage, Alaska. He said he kept hearing these voices telling him to do shit. He said he's not crazy. He said he heard voices, people telling him to do shit. So he went to the FBI in Anchorage and said, "Yo, is somebody in my fucking head? I'm not crazy. They're telling me to do some crazy shit, and I don't want to hurt nobody. I need help." So what did the FBI do? FBI just like, they sent him to the Anchorage police. Anchorage police said, "Oh, you good," and they gave him his gun back, and he sent him on about his way. So then this kid um was on a plane going to Florida. Now he was Puerto Rican, so I don't know if he was going back to Puerto Rico or what he was doing, but it's supposed to be like a layover allegedly. So he goes to Florida, and then next thing you know, there's a shooting that he's involved in. Now, when I watched the footage, it looked like he saw somebody he recognized, and he started firing on them because he had people right in front. If you watch the footage, he had people that was walking right in front of him, and he could have just pulled a gun and just shot them, and you know what I mean. But you saw him look, and then he looked, and then he pointed his gun. Here goes Siri with her goddamn. Why you even listen? I got my Bluetooth off. Anyway, so he looked, and then he fired on the person or whoever it was. I'm like, no, he saw somebody he knew, or he saw somebody he recognized, or somebody that was after him. and he pulled his gun. Yeah, so no, it probably cut off because wiretap that I got. You know what it is. I got these AirPods in, and the Apple AI is listening, and I don't even know how. I got my Bluetooth turned off. I'm like, how the fuck are you even listening in on this shit? But we already know why. Look into the technology in the new headphones. I need to because there's no reason she should be responding through my AirPods, and I have no Bluetooth on. Some sketchy shit. But yeah, so I think he was gang stalked. He said, "Yo, they're talking to me. It's not me. I'm not fucking crazy. These ain't made up voices. These is people actually telling me to do stuff." That's okay. So you need to stop using the Bluetooth shit. You right, yo. It just be so convenient. But yeah, yo, the gang stalking technology, yeah, they was calling it the voice of God. I think somebody had labeled it, but then the phrase gang stalking had got coined. So that's what they end up going with. And it's a lot of people that say that, yo, it's people talking to me in my head. But see, I also think that certain people can be reached. Like, I don't think everybody can be reached through that stuff. I think certain people can be. Like, maybe some people like that's, uh, on the spectrum. I think we're all on the spectrum a little bit, but some people that's on the spectrum more than others. Like Elon Musk would be. I would say, even though as smart as he is, I think Elon Musk is on the spectrum. You know, sometimes I think I'm on the spectrum. I believe that I'm on the spectrum sometimes. Um, I probably am, but I think certain people on certain parts of the spectrum can be reached a lot easier than most and be coerced into doing stuff. So, like a radio station, if we pick up on the frequency and receive the message, yeah, yep, yep, because we all have a frequency. I just think certain people's frequency is either much higher or lower than other people's, depending on what they need to do. That one said I'm on that spectrum for sure. That's funny. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. I'm about to go grab me something to eat because I am starving. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream. Let people know we were live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. Again, if you want to donate to the channel, $ Canon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and Super Chats, because we're not even on, it's just my spiel. Super Chats are always welcome, guys, or $ Canon Hotep on Cash App. It's probably the best way because YouTube won't take 30% of my money. But every little bit goes back into the channel. Anyway, till next time, it's Canon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. I don't like you.